Peace, I'm back. It's something about having resilience. You know what I mean? Resilience is a big time weapon. You know what I mean, to have in your arsenal. Um, and you have to have resilience when you encounter big time opposition. You know what I mean? What I mean by that, that big time opposition. I'm talking about like opposition in all facets of your life, whether it's in your friend circle, your family, your family circle and tree or whatever, your job situation, and all of that. Like for those of us who experience a lot of opposition, and a lot of us do experience that. You know what I mean? It's just that a lot of us don't know it or don't recognize it or just choose not to believe it. But you have to have resilience. You have to develop the ability to just let shit fly over your head or just get over stuff quickly. Even if you're affected in a certain kind of way, you got to be able to get over it quick. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing. I remember my pops, rest in peace, used to always say, like if I was bitching about something or whatever or complaining, he'd be like, "Get over it." And I used to get mad when he used to say that, right? And this is when I was younger. I used to get mad. He'd be like, "Get over it." And I'd be like, on that tip, right? But, as I got older and started understanding, like, yeah, you ain't got a bunch of time to be pissing and moaning about what somebody did or said or something ain't going your way or whatever. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do to make it go your way. And if somebody did you wrong, hey, let them go. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, just letting them go, it severs, all ties, to those type of people. So, and then, you got to understand, people let you down. You know what I mean? Not all the time, but, you have to anticipate certain things, because it's just how it is when you dealing with people, period. So, that's why it's good to inspect people. You gotta inspect people. You gotta go deep with it, you know what I'm saying, before you let's say make new friends or really takes people into, your confidence and all that. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta check them. You gotta see, you gotta talk to them and see what they talking about. And maybe you might have to say something to them to see what, see how they feel about what you said and what's their opinion on certain things. And so you can know this person before you really put your stamp on them. You know what I'm saying? Like trusting them, with yourself and everything. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing. Like a lot of times we didn't put ourselves in situations and relationships and different stuff, man, with people that we really truly don't really know. We don't really know how they feel and how they are about a lot of things. So in this age, well, in all ages, we ain't never had no time to be taking stuff like that lightly. It's just, but now, okay, I believe that, I know that just a lot of stuff is open to us now, and a lot of things that we think is positive is not really positive. It's just like a fad. Like a lot of people is taking on spirituality, but okay, spirituality is turned into like the new religion. Like people is really I'm gray. A lot of people is like carrying it the same way, the people was carrying religion. You know what I'm saying? Or the narrow mind, even though it's a lot of information out here, the narrow mindedness of the people has expanded. And that's crazy, especially with all the information proving that there are multiple different directions and ways of thinking. People still maintaining a narrow mindset, but then increasing in the narrow mindedness You know, it is one of the things that you know, it's strange, but it's the test. You know, the people are being tested with information. You know, the way, let's say the people in the recent past were being tested with not having access to good information or righteous teachers and things of that nature. You know what I mean? You had to just deal with what was on deck, but or what little, and you just really had to constantly go on and on and on and on and on about the same thing because you wasn't getting nothing new, or you wasn't being, or you were taught at one time not to innovate, meaning to strive to make things better. And there's a wordplay in there, and you know, people of different philosophical and ideological belief systems will talk about that or go against that, what I just said. But everything that has been made can be innovated on. It can be made better, and you got to apply it where it applies. You know what I'm saying? As for being narrow-minded, I speak against it. You know, I ain't talking about no. I don't want people to become immoral due to, let's say, a new way of thinking. Don't become immoral. You know, I believe. Well, I still hold on to traditional type beliefs. You know, boys was with boys. I mean, boys was with girls, girls with boys, stuff like that. You know, you know, I uphold that, and you know, the knowledge of the Most High Creator. I still, you know, uphold these things, but as for the narrow-minded, rigid belief systems, I don't. I just know. I know it's not for me, and it's not for anyone who is elevated in mind, because it's just not correct. It's just not correct. Like bashing people for you know, their culture or their beliefs and all that different stuff. It's incorrect because we were created. Everybody, we were created different. Different in how we look, the languages we speak. This is multiple different, the way we dress, and multiple different things. So we have to get to a point where we start appreciating people for the differences. You know, because what would the world be if everybody was walking around just being the same? Everybody just being the same. Like you run across somebody and they ain't doing what you doing. So you looking at these people like they crazy because they ain't doing what you doing. But these people ain't bothering nobody. They living good lives. You know, they doing good things. So how can you have something against these people? So we had to get away from that. And now we got to take stuff back to the basics because, you know, we've been bombarded with all this different stuff, you know, whether it's this, that, or the third, aliens, light beams, the dollar about the, you know, the dollar is supposed to be about to crumble, all this different stuff. So, you know, you have to be prepared for a lot of different things. But, like, guess what? if we could get burnt, it could get beamed out by some type of laser beam that could just take all of us out at any given time, and the aliens is about to take over the daggone world. What would be the big deal about me worrying about a dollar? Would worrying about a dollar mean a lot in reality? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just a scramble of the mind. Keep your mind centered. Whatever's going to go on in your reality is going to come from you. Don't believe the hype. You know, and if it all goes down, so be it. But you know, it ain't gonna make that much of a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because especially for the people that ain't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like, some of us literally are of those who do not die. So we ain't the ones that got to worry about that. So I ain't worrying about it because I ain't never gonna die. So You know, peace.